For this segment of the ESTC training, we're going to be talking about the countywide radio reprogram that will be taking place. Nearly 8 years after the system is implemented, it was a great opportunity to look at a comprehensive review of how the channels are laid out and why they're laid out the way they are. As a result, the ESTC committee met and created a new channel layout that you see on the right side of the screen in tan. Over several months, we took this new layout to the fire chiefs and EMS captains meetings and discussed why we put things where they are and what benefits they would provide in the long run. The chiefs and captains both agreed that this layout would be beneficial and that we would move forward. Also, with this radio reprogram, it will be an opportunity for all radios to be updated in terms of firmware across the county. Some changes that will be taking place with the new layout. First, you'll see there is now an Ops 1 below fire dispatch. The verbiage will also be changing slightly. It'll no longer be Fire Ops 2A, it will just be Ops 2 for simplicity's sake. Moving down, you have Fire Ops 1 through Fire Ops 7, and below this, you have FAST and the former Fireground 8, 9, and 11, which are now going to be called Direct 1, 2, and 3. You'll notice that these channels are red. Reason being, FAST, Direct 1, 2, and 3 are all conventional channels, meaning they're point-to-point line-of-sight communication. Fire dispatch, Ops 1 through 7, are all trunked channels, meaning they are networked. Network channels, when you key up a microphone, go to a tower and across the system and back down to the radio. The conventional channels, such as FAST and Direct 1, 2, and 3, are point-to-point, meaning they operate more like walkie-talkies, radio to radio. With this being said, Fireground 8 will be Direct 1, Fireground 9 will be Direct 2, and Fireground 11 will be Direct 3. Primarily used for helicopter EMS, the Direct 1 channel will remain reserved for HEMS. Below this, you will see there are now two trunked Fire Police channels, Fire Police 1 and Fire Police 2. The addition of two networked Fire Police channels will allow traffic control operations to span a longer distance than conventional channels would allow. Similarly to before, you will also have the trunked law enforcement dispatch channel, as well as the fire page frequency below that. Also on top of this, you will now have a voice over channel feature, so that when you turn the radio on and change the channel, the radio will tell you what channel you are operating on.
Fire, A-Bank.
Fire dispatch. Ops 1. Ops 2. Ops 3. Ops 7. FAST. Direct 1. Direct 2. Direct 3. Fire Police 1.
With this change, that will allow the radio to remain holstered under a coat and have the channel change without necessarily interfering with your operation. Also, just to note, the home button functionality will remain as it had before. When the home button is depressed and held, it will take the radio back to the fire dispatch channel within the A-Bank. Another thing to note, when the channel is changed from fire dispatch to any other channel within the radio, and a portable radio is then turned off, the radio will turn back on the channel that it was previously on. For example, if an assignment is given Fire Ops 2 for a fire alarm, the apparatus goes en route and ultimately changes to Ops 2, radios that are turned off on Ops 2 will ultimately be turned back on Ops 2. As a result, it is critically important that radios get turned back to fire dispatch prior to turning them off.